Okay, so supposedly on the 21st of this month, Capcom is going to talk more about the Resident Evil 2 remake. And let's assume that they go ahead and do that. And let's assume that they even show off like a little video teaser and maybe even some gameplay in that video teaser. What would you guys want to see? Assuming, again, that this does happen. It's just a rumor right now, but assuming that they do announce this and show this off on the 21st of this month, what would you guys want to see in terms of gameplay? I really think there's three ways they can go about the Resident Evil 2 remake. Number one, they basically emulate the Resident Evil 1 remake with fixed camera angles, tank controls, pre-rendered backgrounds. Or number two, they bring a more modern take on Resident Evil 2 with an over-the-shoulder third-person perspective. Or, last but not least, even a more modern take than that, a first-person VR experience for the Resident Evil 2 remake. What would you guys like to see? Personally, and I know this might be an unpopular opinion, but personally for me, I want that classic Resident Evil style of gameplay to return. I like the tank controls. I like the fixed camera angles. I like the pre-rendered backgrounds. And that's personally, for me, what I want to see with the Resident Evil 2 remake. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that don't want to see that. They think that's a dated way to play a game. They think that just doesn't work for anyone these days because it's so 1998. And it is sort of 1998, you know? But that's what I want. And I think that's a lot of what other gamers want as well, because this is a remake of a classic game. You can't just go in and change everything, because then it's like a totally different game. You know, if you bring a different perspective to the table here with the Resident Evil 2 remake, it's just not going to work. It's like if you were to take a black and white movie, you know, let's say like Night of the Living Dead, and then colorize it. It's just not the same. It's not the same. And I know it's sort of different, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I know there's a lot of people out there, especially the new modern-day Resident Evil fans. They're like, oh, man, the old style of gameplay is so boring and this, that, and the other. It just doesn't work these days. And it's like, okay, cool. It's not for you, clearly. You know, you can go back and play Resident Evil 7 in VR and Resident Evil 6, 5, and 4, and those will float your boat. But for us old-school classic Resident Evil fans, I think we know what we want, and I think Capcom knows what they're doing. So hopefully soon they will talk more about the Resident Evil 2 remake and maybe even show a glimpse of what the Resident Evil 2 remake is going to be all about on the 21st of this month. So time will tell. Again, it's just a rumor, but we shall see.